Welcome to In My Opinion 4, Opinion-Onechanbara, Z2 Chaos. You take on the road two sets of sisters, both are the last members of their respective clans, the Vampiric and the Baneful, who have always been at each other's throats. Then this green-haired lady named Van shows up to interrupt their current scuffle. Afterwards, she spreads zombies and other monsters around the globe. With a common enemy and with the help of the zombie Predator Force, the sisters go out to save the world. That's basically the whole setup, and you don't have to worry about knowing the past games. Hell, the game itself gives you a quick sum up. All this is just here to give a reason for Kagura, Saya, Aya, and Saki to kill a bunch of stuff. While the story isn't amazing or interesting, at least the cast isn't terrible. They can be goofy, cocky, vulgar, and it never comes off as annoying. You may not learn a lot about them, but at least they're fun for the ride, albeit a short one.
Does not bode well for us.
What we got here is a hack and slash. Each of our kick-ass females get a main weapon, second weapon, and a sub-weapon. We got gauntlets, swords, chainsaws, killer counters, and some more. Each character also has 3 different super moves called ecstasy combinations. It's those 3 little blue bars you can see in the upper left corner. The more the bar fills up, the longer the super lasts. During gameplay, you can switch between characters and weapons anytime you want. This sets up for longer and more damaging combos. It's also helpful since if you end up getting dizzy or stomped, the game lets you switch out for the save. You may have also noticed there are moments when my attacks glow blue. This is the cool combo system. Pressing the attack at the right moment after each attack will trigger this. What this does is make your strikes both stronger, faster, and if you unlock the whole combo, it can even add an additional powerful attack. You can also switch out the character after the final hit, letting the next person in line do the big final blow, which can be done up to 3 times. Now this does take some practice, but once you get it down, it's actually very rewarding to pull off. One thing you'll be doing a lot is chase. Chase lets you get around much faster, push monsters away, and lets you, well, chase after them when they're sent flying across the screen, continuing their beatdown. There's also an evade counter attack. Just evade at the right moment and bam! Slow-mo time, allowing for a free, hard hit. Now another important thing you must remember to do is refresh your weapons, since all that blood and monster guts can gum up the works, making your weapon much slower and weaker. You may have noticed the character icon saying I'm ready. When this appears, just press the touchpad and they will come out for the assist. Once on the field, you have full control over everyone, so whatever actions you're doing, they will follow suit, and you can switch between the characters while this is happening. Just remember, doing this doesn't make the other characters invincible. Everyone can still very easily die. While playing through the story mode, you unlock transformations for each of the girls. At first, it activates automatically whenever the stain gauge, that red bar around your health, fills up. Though later on, you can activate it as you please. This changes the girls into super power forms, becoming stronger, faster, and your super meter builds up automatically. The big downside is you start to lose health when it's active. One of the things I forgot to mention is that both Kagura and Saya have their own exclusive ability. If they have some gray in their health bar, then they can gain some health back by sucking blood. Aya and Saki do not get any special abilities like this. The combat system is downright insane, fast, and just pure fun. It even gets better when you start to unlock more combos, allowing you to do longer strings. We also have some QTEs by using the touchpad. Thankfully, these are responsive and give you a nice little show. However, not everything is great in the gameplay department. The enemies themselves are rather slow and dumb, and I can see how this can make the overall game dull to some. It's not until you start unlocking higher difficulties that some of the enemies start becoming a tiny bit more aggressive, and since you take more damage, it can cause some urgency, more so with bosses. The lock-on system is a bit iffy as well, since there are moments when it picks someone that you had no intention to lock on in the first place. Changing targets can also be a problem. As you can see, I'm trying to pick the guy right next to me to attack, but for some reason it's only focusing on the other 2. After going through the 16 chapter story mode, you're probably thinking what's next? Well, you can play through harder difficulties and try to get better overall rankings in each section of the chapters. Then there's the mission mode with 60 missions in all with certain conditions, such as enemies going to be killed with cool combos, enemies going to be killed in transformation state, evade a X amount of times, and so on. After completing the mission, you unlock a new one, and you also unlock high difficulty level missions as well. There's also in-game quests you can complete. This ranges from killing enemies a certain way to not getting hit by bosses during the fight. For doing these missions and quests, you start to unlock stuff for the gallery and costume pieces to put on. Yup, you can dress up the girls and put random stuff on them both in regular and transformation mode, which shows up in all the in-game cutscenes. You can fit up to 10 items on each girl, and you can make up 10 different custom versions if you don't feel like changing every little thing every time. The mission mode and quests made for some good replay value, as you felt like you were constantly unlocking rewards, and it gives you something to do rather than solely play story mode a few more times. There's a battle settings menu which acts as your shop. While here you can buy more powerful weapons, rings with special attributes such as being able to pull off cool combos way easier, health items, and most importantly more combos. You can also customize a girl's equipment and check out their command list. This can be accessed either from the main menu, when you're selecting your stage and order of the characters, or when you find these statues laying around that also have the ability to refill great parts of your health. What's also neat is the game does have a practice mode. It's very helpful as it does let you know the timing for the cool combos. You can also do some customization such as what type of enemies you want to practice on and how many of them. If you want to compare yourself to others, you can check out the ranking system. This lets you see where you stand in each of the story mode levels. As you can clearly tell, graphics are not this game's strong point. The levels look bland and almost PS2-ish. The main character models look okay. I don't mind the fan service outfits Kagura and Aya wear, or the sometimes obscure shots we get while playing. It's more that the models' faces look very doll-like. It shows more in the in-game cutscenes we get, where the characters while talking barely move their lips and even at times their faces. It's kinda creepy. We're also treated to some comic cutscenes which don't look too bad. The English dub for the game is actually pretty good, with everyone fitting their roles just fine. If you're not a fan, don't worry, there is a Japan voiceover option.
In other words, no showboating. Can't let these undead freaks act like they own the place.
The camera surprisingly works really well here, keeping up with the game's insane speed. However, it does run into a few hiccups, mainly when you're facing giant bosses or some instances in small areas. The frame rate also keeps up with the action with no giant slowdowns, giving you a smooth playing experience the whole way through. The blood effects are also rather good, spilling everywhere including the screen, and by the end of the fight you'll be covered in it. While it does have its graphical shortcomings, a not so smart aiming AI, and the camera can be a bit spotty at times, the game makes up for it for its fast and fun gameplay. Just putting off these long string of combos, seeing the blood splat everywhere and without it dropping to a crawl was just gratifying. You also have your replay value in the higher difficulty levels, rankings, mission mode, and in-game quest. The story may not be memorable, but why not join these 4 pretty and dangerous ladies in an all-out bloodbath? I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.